That too cold, you gon' fuck around town off this way. Too hot, don't stack too cold, you gon' fuck around town off this way. Going on shows, I've been on the road, I don't care why I go, cause not getting paid. Going on shows, I've been on the road, I don't care why I go, cause not.
The Wild Rubin party. 50 Cent has been clear he's saying, "That's not my boy anymore." His words suggest something serious, not just a casual shift in energy. According to him, whatever happened that night marked a real change. The way he tells it, the situation feels bigger than just industry politics. The tension really picked up after a viral clip surfaced online. In it, Lil Baby is seen showing off new thigh tattoos while wearing a tank top. What stood out even more was the pink belt he had on. The video spread fast, sparking conversation and plenty of commentary. For 50 Cent, this wasn't just about fashion or tattoos. He took it as a sign of something deeper, a reason to draw a line publicly. His reaction shows how quickly moments online can turn into statements about loyalty and image.
Things like the white party be there, and then they have Lil Baby like in a sandwich. They're hugging him from the front and the back and stuff.
Baby is absolutely one of the best human beings in the planet. All right, we're at a party, everyone's drunk. You know, it's a 13-hour party. People drink a lot.
The internet has been quick to jump in, roasting Lil Baby from every angle. Many are pointing out how unusual it looks to get thigh tattoos while leaving the upper body untouched. No chest piece, no arm sleeves, nothing. One viral tweet summed it up by saying, "You skipped the whole top floor and went straight for the basement. The jokes haven't slowed down since." But the story doesn't stop there. 50 Cent has been pushing his own theory about why Baby seems different lately. He believes the shift can be traced back to one specific moment. His focus is on that exclusive Michael Rubin party in the Hamptons, a spot known for drawing high-profile names. At that event, Lil Baby was caught on camera in a clip that spread quickly online. The footage showed him being hugged from behind. And while some brushed it off as nothing, 50 Cent saw it differently. To him, that moment marked the turning point. He's framing it as the exact time Baby's whole energy changed.
People at the party, we in the middle, 100 people. It's nothing weird. We can be.
Now social media detectives are digging deep, pulling up old clips and side-by-side photos to compare Lil Baby's style before and after that night. Many claim the change is obvious, pointing to a shift in his energy that summer evening. What started as whispers has grown into loud chatter, with people convinced something happened at that party. According to 50 Cent, this isn't just about fashion choices or Lil Baby's sudden interest in tattoos. He frames it as a humiliation ritual, the kind of shady initiation rappers are rumored to go through to maintain their spot at the top. In his eyes, that party wasn't just a gathering, it was a test. That theory has sparked even bigger questions. What really happened at Michael Rubin's flashy white party? Why is Rubin so focused on surrounding himself with young rap stars? And is there more going on behind the scenes than meets the eye? These are the discussions now fueling online debates. But before diving too far into the whispers about that night, it's worth looking at why Lil Baby is trending again in the first place. The attention kicked off with his brand new tattoos. These weren't random pieces of ink, they were his first ever, placed right on his thighs. Fans immediately had mixed reactions. What made it more surprising is that Lil Baby has repeatedly said in interviews he'd never get tattoos. Old clips of him swearing to stay ink-free are now resurfacing, shared alongside the new tattoo photos. To some, it's just a harmless change in style. But for others, it's proof that something or someone has been influencing him. And many trace it back to that night in the Hamptons.
To separate himself from the industry, like he doesn't have to party with them. You guys have to understand, they had a party with men walking around with their butt cheeks out. Like
by 2025, Lil Baby officially abandoned his no ink stance, debuting 9S etched across one thigh and Baby across the other. He unveiled the look on Instagram with the caption, "Back in that mode," wearing shorts that left little to hide. The photos were clearly arranged to highlight the bold lettering running across his legs, but that wasn't the only surprise. He also revealed a huge CBUF tattoo running down his lower left leg. First noticed in a 4th of July post, the Size alone caught attention. Combined with the new thigh designs, it left fans buzzing. Online conversations quickly turned the reveal into a trending topic. Reactions poured in within hours. Some accused him of giving into industry pressure, while others labeled it a ritual. A few comments were blunt, telling him to retire the short shorts altogether. What stood out most was that people weren't just talking about the artwork, they were questioning what it could mean. For casual observers, it seemed like nothing more than a change in style. But for skeptics, it hinted at hidden motives and possible influence from powerful circles. Many tied it back to the summer white party, insisting this was the clearest evidence yet that Lil Baby's direction had shifted. Then, just as the buzz was fading, another clip surfaced. Lil Baby hit the stage in the same shorts, a sleeveless top, and the pink belt that had already gone viral. Throughout the performance, he repeatedly pulled his shorts higher, making sure the crowd got a full view of the fresh tattoos on his thighs.
Man, Mike.
I'm gonna come hug you right now. Come and hug you. Big hug. I'm gonna love you.
The video spread quickly, with fans pausing, zooming, and replaying clips from every angle. It wasn't just the outfit drawing attention, it was how deliberately Lil Baby seemed to highlight his new tattoos. That detail had people talking non-stop. Across TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, comment sections exploded with takes, many echoing 50 Cent's earlier warnings. A growing theory is that Lil Baby hasn't been the same since attending Michael Rubin's all-white gathering in the Hamptons. Longtime supporters say the shift in his energy and appearance feels too sharp to dismiss as a simple style change. For them, it's like watching someone entirely different step into the spotlight. Every move he makes is now under a microscope. The reactions online have been blunt and unfiltered. One commenter wrote, "Michael Rubin already showed y'all. Lil Baby was his boy. Why act surprised?" Another post went further, mocking the viral hug moment and questioning what it really meant. The tone of the conversation made it clear fans are suspicious, and the jokes carry a sharp edge. With thousands of similar remarks flooding social media, the bigger question became impossible to ignore. What exactly happened at that flashy party in the Hamptons? And why was 50 Cent so quick to caution Lil Baby about getting too close to Michael Rubin? For many, that warning is starting to feel less like trolling and more like a serious statement.
Hear that you say that you don't have any tattoos at all?
Nope. That was really my only reason, like, for being younger. Like, I don't want no tattoos. I know I'm gonna have something to do when I get older with my money, and I don't want to be like a thug.
And here's how it all started. Back in 2023, Michael Rubin threw one of his famous all-white parties in the Hamptons. The guest list looked like a pop culture lineup: Jay-Z, Beyonce, Tom Brady, Kim Kardashian, and right in the mix, Lil Baby. Cameras were flashing non-stop. Champagne was flowing, and the networking energy was on full blast. Then came the moment that had social media in a frenzy. A viral photo showed Lil Baby sandwiched in a hug between Rubin and NBA player Kyle Kuzma. The body language alone sparked endless commentary online. But what really turned it into a bigger story was 50 Cent's response. He reposted the photo and made sure to add his own sharp take. In his caption, 50 didn't hold back. He wrote, "See, this is why I don't go to any parties puffy in them. At the F is going on here." He followed it with, "Get the F off of my young man." That post had comment sections in stitches, with many agreeing he called out what others were already thinking. His reaction turned the photo into a headline. Not long after, another picture from that same night went viral. This one showed Michael Rubin hugging Lil Baby from behind, a moment many online described as uncomfortably close. The new angle only fueled more speculation, making the situation even harder for fans to ignore, just when it seemed the chatter couldn't get louder. Lil Baby added his own twist. He posted a video to Instagram showing himself and Rubin on a private jet.
This nigga do this. We finna let Lil Baby come out here in his booty coochie short and just pop out with his hand in his slit and just, yeah, that's just what we...
Even with the backlash, Lil Baby insisted there was no tension between him and Rubin. He actually spoke highly of him, describing Rubin as a positive force in his life. But when asked to explain how exactly Rubin had influenced him, Baby's answer was vague. He admitted he couldn't really put it into words, just that he had. For many watching, that only deepened suspicions about their bond. Rubin, on the other hand, didn't sit back quietly while rumors spread. He directly addressed the viral photos in an interview, brushing the controversy off as nonsense. According to him, there was nothing unusual happening that night. His explanation was simple: everyone had been drinking, and the pictures were just moments blown out of proportion. But here's where things got tricky. While defending himself, Rubin spoke about Lil Baby at length in a tone that struck some as unusual. To certain viewers, it almost sounded like admiration that went beyond casual friendship. That reaction sparked fresh debates online, especially among people who already doubted his version of events. And Rubin's just drinks defense didn't win over skeptics either. Many weren't convinced that alcohol explained the closeness captured in those photos. What made people uneasy was how invested Rubin seemed in building relationships with rappers. Considering he isn't even part of the music business, that detail left plenty of room for questions.
We had 5 girls, she'd be like, all y'all get in the shower.
Mike. Man, Mike.
I'm gonna come hug you right now. Come and hug you. Big hug. Get up and love each other.
Now this the motherfucker did it though. See, this the motherfucker did it, hey man.
It isn't just Lil Baby that people bring up in these conversations. Fans often circle back to that clip of Meek Mill hopping like a bunny on a tennis court at Rubin's request while cameras rolled. The video still resurfaces as proof of Rubin's strange influence over certain rappers. Meek later explained it away as a lost bet during a tennis match. But to many, the optics of a white billionaire telling a black rapper to perform on cue looked all wrong. That moment feeds into a bigger question. Who really is Michael Rubin? And why is he so tied to hip-hop culture when he isn't even in music? His Wikipedia page lays out a story of non-stop ambition. Born in 1972 in Philadelphia, he grew up in a Jewish household in Lafayette Hill. By age 14, he used bar mitzvah money and his father's backing to open his first ski shop. From the beginning, he was creating opportunities instead of waiting for them. That early hustle shaped the rest of his career. Rubin briefly enrolled at Villanova University but dropped out after a single semester. By then, he had already landed a $200,000 surplus equipment deal thanks to a friend's funding. Instead of playing it safe, he sold off his ski shops and launched Kapara Sports. By 1995, the company was generating $50 million in sales. His ventures eventually led to the creation of G-Commerce, which he later sold for billions. Today, Rubin runs Fanatics, Inc., a sports merchandise empire with exclusive deals tied to the NBA, NFL, MLB, Formula One, NASCAR, and WWE. His reach touches nearly every corner of professional sports branding. Forbes listed his net worth at $10.6 billion as of mid-2025, cementing his image as a self-made mogul. On paper, it looks like the perfect American dream story. A middle-class kid who turned early hustle into billionaire status, but despite the business accolades, Rubin's personal circles keep raising eyebrows. For someone whose fortune came from sports apparel, his constant closeness to hip-hop stars stands out. From flying rappers on private jets to popping up in viral party clips, his presence doesn't seem accidental. Critics argue his climb may be built more on relationships than raw talent. Others say his personality feels flat, even unsettling, pointing to his cold, distant stare.
That's why I don't be going to them puffy parties. I don't be from the front and the back and the feet now. What you talking about? I mean, look, if you're into that, I'm fine with it. To get you on. I'm just saying.
Somehow, rappers, athletes, and major celebrities seem to circle around Rubin as if he's the center of it all. It doesn't come across as simple networking either. Many appear eager just to be included in his circle. That's why so many people believe his influence stretches beyond business deals or sports merchandise. To them, Rubin represents something deeper and harder to define, a kind of gatekeeper role in elite culture. One of his most talked about traditions is the annual all-white party in the Hamptons. The event has become one of the most sought-after invitations in celebrity culture. Each year it brings together icons from music, film, fashion, and sports under one roof. If you study the guest lists closely, there's a strong resemblance to the elite gatherings of the late 90s and early 2000s. It feels less like a new wave and more like a continuation of an older circle. Leonardo DiCaprio is one example. He has appeared at Rubin's all-white party multiple times, proving the event isn't only about rappers or athletes. Instead, it's a carefully blended mix of Hollywood stars, fashion leaders, and billionaire figures. Everyone shows up in coordinated, white outfits, following the same unspoken rules Rubin has established. That mix of influence is exactly what makes the gathering stand out each year. Just last summer, DiCaprio was photographed once again at Rubin's high-profile event. Jay-Z also made an appearance, posing alongside other influential names. When pictures from the night surfaced, people noticed a pattern. The lineup of celebrities looked nearly identical to the exclusive A-list parties of 2 decades ago. Only now, Rubin wasn't just a guest, he was the one orchestrating the whole scene.
One of the best human beings in the planet. Anything, he's just such a great human being, and like I love his work ethic, and also like when you hear his story, and I don't know anything about music, so when I met him the first time with Drake in the Bahamas in 2020, and he's telling me his story about, he was in jail a couple years earlier, he never rapped, and now he's got this great, kind of music career. Like, you just want to root for the guy. And I'll tell you something, I've never actually said this before. The stuff of the drug was the most ridiculous thing in the world, right? We're at a party, everyone's drunk. It's a 13-hour party. People drink a lot of alcohol. Someone captures a picture of me jumping on his back for 1 second and says, "Oh, there's something suspect about it." It's drunken guys. By the way, before cameras, we've all done it. Like, let's keep it real. By the way, you love WWE. You've done it more than anybody.
He's rolled around with people in their skivvies.
Right. Exactly. By the way, I haven't gone there. But the thing that actually killed me about that is it actually hurt his career. Last year, and I felt like I've always wanted to help people.
He's on a good build back.
He's
right?
crushing now.
He's crushing.
And I was just with him with Trav and him in London. But it actually, the thing is, he's such an extraordinary human being, and he's such a special person. And if you think about, people who just want to hate on social media, who one picture of, a bunch of drunken people could be turned into...
This is where the more controversial theories come into play. Some internet investigators believe Rubin has taken on the role of a powerful gatekeeper in celebrity culture. To them, his Hamptons gatherings aren't just about champagne and networking. They suggest there's an unspoken layer of influence at work, with Rubin holding quiet leverage over those who attend. That suspicion is what keeps the conversation alive online. The rumors don't stop there, they go even darker. Some claim Rubin and other older, wealthy figures push young rappers into strange or embarrassing situations. These so-called rituals are framed as a way of testing loyalty or proving how far someone will go. Supporters of the theory insist it's less about force and more about pressure. In their eyes, many artists play along because it feels like the cost of leveling up.
Out loud. Keep going. Keep going. 1, 2. Keep going. Keep going. Don't cheat everybody.
For certain rappers, the motivation comes down to survival. Staying in the game means going along with whatever keeps their career from stalling, especially when the industry could shut doors at any moment. For others, it's said to be about connections or favors, sometimes even helping with legal battles. Whether those claims are real or not, the thought of billionaires trading power for loyalty changes how people view these gatherings. The parties stop looking harmless and start to feel calculated. For some artists, though, the goal isn't just survival, it's acceleration. They're chasing a quicker path to the top, where #1 albums, sold-out tours, and big awards start piling up faster than expected. That sudden rise only makes fans more suspicious about what's happening behind the scenes. And this is where the story shifts into even darker territory. More and more people are tying these whispers to things Cat Williams has been warning about for years.
My staff that's been talking about your parties for the last couple of days, that's dying to get to your
Well,
party.
you know what? I've actually figured out, like, if this Fanatics thing doesn't work out, I think I could be a good party
Oh
promoter.
man, you kidding me?
Yeah, like I think
I already got the white suit in the closet, so just let us know what what's happening.
Yeah. So, you know what it really comes from? I love bringing people from different backgrounds together. And it's something I enjoy doing. Whether it's this lunch we just talked about, whether it's my Super Bowl party, whether it's the white party. For me, it's a great time to, it's like, I enjoy bringing people from different backgrounds together. And by the way, I benefit from them because I'm always learning from people there. And so that's really where it started. We started with our Super Bowl party. And our Super Bowl party, by the way, this was like this year's Super Bowl party. I was like, when I had many of the owners of the football teams come up and tell me this is better than the game itself, I thought, like, literally, that's what people were saying to me.
Right.
Yeah. Look, I think what we like to do is bring the right people together.
Cat Williams appeared on Joe Rogan's podcast. He claimed these so-called industry parties aren't just about networking. In his view, they include strange rituals that have little to do with music or business and everything to do with control. He suggested there's a hidden side of Hollywood the public rarely sees. Behind closed doors, careers can be created, derailed, or completely reshaped depending on what goes on. Cat never mentioned names, but his descriptions echoed what many fans already suspect about these private gatherings. His warnings line up with viral photos, odd videos, and sudden shifts in how certain artists act once they're inside those circles. That's why so many people online are connecting the dots. Whether conspiracy or truth, the mystery keeps fueling. Debate.so now the question stands, are these just internet rumors? Or is there really something deeper happening at these parties? Theories spread fast, but proof is harder to find. Some dismiss it as exaggerated gossip, while others believe it explains too much to ignore. Either way, it's a conversation people don't seem ready to stop having anytime soon. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more stories like this. Stay tuned for all the latest updates and deep dives you won't want to miss.